Hello and welcome to this short video on understanding how habits are actually formed. So all of this month of October in 2023, I am doing a 33-day sequence on how habits are formed, how we can replace them, how they affect us, why we need to know about habits, all culminating in a challenge at the end of the sequence. And today I want to show you visually how a habit is actually formed. Okay, so it all starts with a cue or a trigger. Okay, so we have our cue, we have our trigger, something happens. It could be a noise, it could be a smell, it could be something you see, it could be a thought, it could be literally anything. Okay, and from that, we then start making a sequence of actions. So we respond, we react to it, and we start to do certain things. And it's all controlled by our mind, which is the electronic switching station of our bodies. So our mind starts moving our body to do certain things. And it all goes down the synapses and all the crazy stuff in our brains. And we get to a point and then we make a decision to go that way. Now, the next time we see the cue or the trigger or we hear or smell or whatever it is, all the same synapses are all done again. And maybe we go this way again, but go that way instead. Okay? So now we've got two options. The third time the cue or trigger happens, we carry on, we carry on, we carry on, and we go down that one again. Okay? Maybe the fourth time, same thing again, and we go that way because that seems to be the path of least resistance in our mind. Now, this sequence of actions could be literally anything. It depends on what the cue is. If we do an example of, I don't know, trying to stop smoking, for example, your cue could be that you smell cigarette smoke, or you see a friend smoking, or you get asked if you want a cigarette, or do you want a drink? Do you want a biscuit? Okay. And then your reaction to that is to say, okay. So then you take the biscuit or you take the cigarette or you take the drink and you carry on building up and building up this response until it is literally automatic. So again and again and again. Now, this habit could also be as simple as the order in which you get dressed in the morning. So when you're a little tiny person and your parents are dressing you, they will do it in a certain order, which is the order that they do their getting dressed in. So it could be that they put your underwear on first, then they put your top on, then they put your trousers on, and they put your left foot in your trouser leg first. Then they put your left sock on, and then your right sock, and then they put your left shoe and your right shoe, and then your coat. So as you get older, the more times your parents do that for you, you're building up the habit, even though you're not actually doing it, but you're learning how that they do it. So it keeps happening, keeps happening, keeps happening. And then as you get a bit bigger and you start to dress yourself, you put your pants on first, you put your t-shirt on next, you put your left leg in your trouser or your skirt, you put your left sock on, you put your left shoe on, you put your coat on. It's all the same pathway. Okay? So this is how a habit forms. If one day you come along and you think, I don't like this habit anymore, it doesn't serve me anymore. It could be that you get up in the morning and the first thing you do is scroll social media on your phone, you check your notifications. Or you wake up in the morning and you turn the snooze on. So you turn the alarm off by pressing snooze. Okay? The more times you do that, the more the habit is ingrained within you. If you then decide one morning, actually, I don't want to snooze. I want to get up earlier and I want to go and do some yoga instead. So I've got some time in the morning. So let's just change colour on the pen. So you decide. So your alarm goes off. Yeah. And normally you'd stretch, you go to reach for the alarm, you would normally press snooze, you go to hit snooze and you go, no, I'm going to get up. Okay. You've chosen a different action. and you get out of bed and you feel really good and you do your yoga and you do all your stuff that you want to get done before everyone else gets up, and you're having a really amazing day. The next day, your alarm goes off, you stretch, you go to press snooze and you go, no, I'm not snoozing, I'm going to get up, and you get up. Now the third day, your paradigm's catching on. The subconscious mind is like, what's going on here? We've gone up for the last 2 days. That's not normal. Something's not right. So your alarm goes off and something happens, and you go to press snooze and you press snooze, roll over and go back to sleep. And then you wake up naturally, however long later, and you go, oh, I was going to get up. And you feel a little bit down. Don't beat yourself up. This is normal. This is your paradigm going, no, we stay in bed. We're not getting up. So the next day, like, no, I'm getting up. So the alarm goes off, you stretch, you reach for the alarm, and you get up. Okay? Now, this little line on this side over here is still smaller than your original habit over here. So it's still going to take a few more times of the alarm going off and you not pressing snooze, you getting up, until this line is just as big as the original. Okay? And there are going to be days where you go down this one and you reinforce this sometimes, and then you go back to getting up on time, getting up and getting up. And there's going to be days where you end up back down on this road, and do not beat yourself up over it. It's perfectly normal. It takes time to build a new habit, to make this side the more chosen option. Okay? But eventually you'll have chosen this side enough times that this is your automatic habit. You roll over, you press stop, and you get up. That's your new habit. It could be in a couple of days' time or a couple of weeks later, however long it takes you later, that you then decide you're going to add something else onto this. So you get up, your alarm goes off, you get up, and instead of doing whatever you were going to do, you do something else instead. So this end becomes defunct like this end. So this is no longer, and this is no longer. With repetition, you're going down this one. And it could be that that one is doing a yoga, doing a run, doing some stretching, doing some meditating, doing whatever it is that you're going to do in the morning that isn't this. This could have been get up and sit and scroll your phone. And you're like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to get up and do yoga. So you see, habit changing is much, much simpler when you replace the habit you want to change with a new one. If I was literally just to one day decide, nah, I don't fancy this way, I'm just going to start getting up. Or it could be that that way could be smoking. And you just decide one day, no, I don't want to smoke anymore. That's really hard because you wake up and you've chosen not to smoke, say. So you go down, you get the cue, you're going down, you're going down, you're going down. You've decided, no, I'm not going to smoke. So where do you go now? You get all confused and you end up going, and then most times you're going to go down that road anyway. Okay? So you have to replace the habit that you want to change with a new one. Otherwise, you end up with confusion. And you're going to end up either doing the same habit anyway, spiking up or having that extra drink or doing whatever it is that you don't want to do, scrolling your phone. Or your body is going to choose another one for you. Okay, so you go in a different direction, but it could also be to somewhere that you don't want to be. So choose your new habit yourself to replace your old one. I hope that makes sense. I hope that is helpful. If you do want any further information on how to stop unhelpful habits, bad habits, unproductive habits, anything like that, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I would more than happily speak to you on any of my social medias or through my website, which is www.rethinkyourperspective.com, where you can also find the option to start a one-to-one call with me for half an hour, no sales pitch, just to give you more information on something like this or any of the other topics that I cover on any of my platforms. So I hope this is helpful. I hope to see you on the next challenge at the end or beginning of October. and I will speak to you soon. Bye.